Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm just going to quickly let you know this is craft kit number 94 and it's called Awesome Ocean, and I'm so excited to bring you this craft kit today. We have got some new products, so hopefully this will be a way of introducing these new products, and there will be plenty more to come. So I'm going to take everything out of this box and I'm going to show you what is inside. So first I'm going to start off with the cardstock in this collection. So we have got We've got 2 sheets of Peer View 240 GSM smooth card. We've got bright white 240 GSM smooth card. We have a sheet of vellum. This is the thicker vellum that Tonic do. You also have a couple of sheets of Craft Perfect 216 GSM in the colours Coral Pink and Ocean Blue. And then we also have these 2 sheets. Now this is the ombre glitter, and this one is called opalescent green glitter card. And we also have a blushing mermaid iridescent mirror card. Absolutely stunning, perfect for this collection. And I'm so excited to make a couple of cards using this set. So that's the cardstock. We also have, in this collection, we also have a 8x8 paper pack. There is 18 sheets, which are 200 GSM cardstock, and there are 3 of each design. We have 6 double-sided designs, so let's go through that. So you've got this ocean scene, which is beautiful in your blues and your greens. On the other side we have the beach, sand and sea, which is again really cute. You've got your ocean waves in this one, in your greens and your blues. And on the other side you've got your coral reefs. This one's a cute one because you can use your dies from this set to cut out these shapes, and then on the other side you've got them printed out in black, so you can cut them out with your dies and then colour them in yourself. This one is lots of starfish and bubbles. Again, it's that deep blue, really beautiful colour. And then on the other side you've got your coral reefs, lovely deep sea colours. This one you've got your jellyfish and your octopus, again 3 sheets of that. This one is a very bright coloured one, absolutely adorable, really cute. And then on the other side you've got your deep darker blues and your corals. And then you also have 3 sheets of sentiments strips, and then you've got these sentiments here as well. I won't go through all of them, but it's got things like seize the day, you are amazing, Shell, yeah, you're great. And then you've got a few down here as well. You make my heart swim, may your dreams set sail, let's make waves together, beach vibes and happy times. And then on the other side you've got different patterns and sentiments as well. So that is your 8x8 paper pack. Now this is the bit that I'm really excited about. Your grey bag of goodies. So we have some new products. That's a new product. And these are new products. So let's start with this then. So you have your 2" by 2" stamping block. These came out end of last year, I believe. You can get, I believe it's a pack of 3 different sizes that you can get in a set, but you get one of these in this collection. You've got your dark shadows palette of colouring pencils, really gorgeous colours. These are highly pigmented classic colours. So you've got your green tones, like your darker blue and your purple. There's a few darker browns in there as well. So again, those are the colours in that collection. You also get sequins, and this is called Deep Seashells, and I did have to cut the pack open so I can show you, but these are, look at that, you've got ombre, sorry, not ombre, you've got holographic sequins in there, and then you've got your clear sequins in there as well. Perfect for making a shaker card with this set. I don't want to drop them anywhere. And then you have 3 new ink pads, and these are water-based dye ink pads, and I have stamped them out so I can show you the 3 different colours. So we've got Emerald Canopy, we've got Salmon Blush, yep, and we also have Cobbled Slate. So those are the 3 shades of inks that we have in this collection. Now, if I show you the ink pad quickly, this is what your ink pad looks like. Again, this is very different from the Nuvo hybrid inks that we used to have. These are more rectangle as well. The hybrid ones were the smaller squares or the really large ones. So it's amazing that we have got new ink pads, and hopefully this will be the start of many more to come. Let me now show you the dies, and then hopefully I will put a couple of, well, I'll put a project together. Let me just show you the dies in this collection. So we have 2 sets of stamps, and we have 2 sets of dies. So your dies go along with your stamps, and obviously you can use some of these. Let me just bring in the sheet and then I can show you. So for example, this sheet that you've got here, you can use the die to cut your shapes out. So for example, like that shell there. You can also cut the star out there. You've got your coral wreaths down here that you can also cut out. What else can you cut out? There are shells and things as well in here. So you've got that one there that you can cut out. And let's try this one here. Let's do that one there. So you've also got the shells that you can also cut out. And don't forget, you can use these dies to also do the same with this side. You can also cut them out, and then you can colour this side in yourself if you wanted to. So you have got your dies and your stamps. Again, you've got lots of fish in here as well. just show you that. So you've got you've got 4 different fish in this one. You've got a seahorse, you've got an octopus, you've got a dolphin, you've got the shells, you've got a crab, and you've got your coral wreaths, or your coral wreath. Oh, and there's a blowfish, look, that big one there. So, and a starfish. So again, lots and lots of stamps to complement your dies, and then you've got tons of these sentiments. So again, I'm not going to go through all of them. It's got sentiments, they're really punny sentiments. So like, let's celebrate, you're fantastic, well done, high tides and good vibes, have a smashing birthday, oh, splashing birthday. So again, lots and lots of punny sentiments there. So I'm going to cut some bits and pieces out, and I'll be back to share a project with you. So hopefully I won't be too long. I'll be back. Okay, so I am now back, and I just wanted to come back and show you a couple of cards that we'll be putting together. And what I've actually done is taken one of the sheets out of the 8x8 paper pack, the one that had all the fish and the dolphins and things on, and I've basically die cut every single piece out. And as you can see, that is a hell of a lot of die cutting. So I've individually cut everything out, and I just want to show you, these are the bits that I inked. So I'm just going to quickly show you some of these pieces and how they die cut out, so you can get an idea of what you can get. Now you get the colourful side, but you also get the other side, which cuts in exactly the same place. So if you wanted to ink this side, you can do, but then you can also use this side as well, which is already coloured in for you. I think it's a brilliant idea because it means that you can use your own inks, you can use your own colouring pencils, alcohol markers, and because this is 200 GSM, it's a really good thick cardstock to be able to ink and use your alcohol markers on. So those are the pieces. I also stamped out a couple of pieces, and I just wanted to show you. This is done using the colouring pencils in this kit, and this was done using, I've done 2. So this was done using the Salmon Blush ink pad, and I basically used one of the aqua pens. I'll just show you. I used one of my aqua pens and basically just went over it, put some ink on my stamping block, and picked up the colour with my pen, and literally just a case of going over it and colouring it all in. So again, I think the fact that we've got water-based inks is brilliant, because it does mean that you can use them to move your colour around. So we have got those pieces. Now I'm going to move all of this out of the way. Actually, let me just move all of this out of the way, and then we can crack on and get let's just put them on there, and let's get a couple of cards made. So I've used some of the papers from the kit, well, most of the papers from the kit, and I've used some of the patterned paper as well. So what I wanted to do with this, I'm using a 5x7 card. I've cut out a mat which measures 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then I've also cut out another piece of card which measures 4.5 by 6.5, and we're going to do some matting and some layering. And then I've taken some of the patterned paper and used some of my dies. Now, if you have dies in your collection, I've just taken some circle dies, and I've used 3 different sizes to cut out some circles because it's got the stitch line around it, and I wanted it to have a nice effect going around the circle. So I've taken some of my circle dies and I have cut around the circles in 3 different sizes, and I've taken some of the die cut fish and some of the let's see, I haven't done this one, so we'll do that one together. So I've taken some of the coral reef, I've taken some of the fish, the octopus, and I've basically stuck them down, glued them down, and then I've cut around the circle. So 2 of those are done. We're now going to put one together. I've used some of the ombre glitter card to also cut out some apertures that we can use around our circles, just to give it a bit of a lift. And hopefully it will add some dimension. I'm leaving it flat because the second card that I'm making, I am going to do that as a shaker card. So as mentioned, I've cut 3 circles out in 3 different sizes. So these are your 3 different sizes, and they're really cute, like fish, and I just think it's gonna add a nice effect to the card. So all I'm going to do is apply some glue to the back of this dolphin here, and I'm going to stick that on there. And then I'm going to take some of these shells, starfish, and I'm just going to scatter them around one side. So let's just layer some of these pieces up. So if I start somewhere up here, I want to minimize how much I have to trim off. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it won't be too much that I will have to trim off. Take one of these smaller stars. I say stars, I mean starfish. I'm going to basically layer them on. Take this shell, put that down here. Take this star. And take this last shell. And let's stick that on like so at an angle. So it's only going to be a small amount of cutting that I will need to do from the back. As you can see, it's not a lot, so I'm just going to trim away all the excess. And I am using my Tim Holtz snips here. Okay, so now that's done, I'm going to mat and layer my my mirror card. I'm just going to apply a thin line of glue. I'm not really going to see too much of this, you're just going to see the border around the edge. Make sure my card is facing the right way. That is always very helpful. And we are just going to layer this on top, leaving a nice border like so. And then we're going to take this piece here. Now initially I was thinking, do I add some foam tape on it and put this on, but I think I'm going to leave it as it is, because I think the next card I'm doing is going to be on foam tape, because I'm doing a shaker card. So I'll leave this one as a flat card. So again, we are going to place this, leaving a nice border around the edge like so. Because mirror card, you do get that room to do some slight maneuvering as well. Okay, so now that's stuck down, I'm going to place my circles on the inside here. And this one has just got some coral wreaths and some fish on there. I'm going to place that like that. The next one, going to place on the inside of there, and then the last one I am going to place in my bottom circle just there. And then I've cut out these apertures, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply some glue, and I'm going to frame each one of my scenes like so. This is perfect with the summer holidays coming up as well. So again, and I've got my last one. That looks so pretty. Okay, and now I've got a sentiment that I've backed onto some mirror card, and this one says life's a beach, and I think I'm just going to add that on there, but I'm going to add it onto some foam pad. So I'll use white foam pad. For the next one, I Might use white actually. Right, let's take some foam pad and let's cut some of the foam pad down, and I am literally going to place 2 strips onto the back of my sentiment here. Just going to cut a little bit more. Peel the backing off. And I always like to add dots of glue just in case you need to give it a wriggle. And I think I'm just going to place this onto here. I think. Straighten that out. Somewhere there. Wipe that glue away there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then press that down. So that is my first card. Again, you can add a sentiment on the inside if you want to, but I just want to keep it really simple like that. So that's my first card. Really cute. So that was my first one. Now my second one, this is where I am going to be making a shaker card. So I'm just going to move some of these bits and pieces out of the way. And okay, so for this then, as you can see, I've got it all laid out how I want it to look. So what I'm going to do is, let's just pop all these bits and pieces off. Let's move them to one side. Okay, so I am for this using a 7x7 card, and I'm using the Peer View 240 GSM and that ombre card again. I think it is absolutely stunning, and I think it's perfect for this card. So all I'm going to do is just add my mats and my layers on. So I'm going to do that now. You can use tissue tape if you want to for these types of cards. You don't have to necessarily use glue. So I'm going to place this down, leaving a nice even border all the way around. So I say, hold on, let's try that again. There we go. Okay. Now I'm just gonna layer this glitter card on. again, just going to layer this on top, leaving a nice even border all the way around. Perfect. I absolutely love this glitter card. I think it's so nice. Okay, so now that my base is done, let's work on some of these layers here. So again, I've taken a piece of patterned cardstock from the paper pad, and I've used 2 large circles, and I've again created an aperture, and in fact this is a very, very old die set, and when I say old, I mean it's maybe, I don't know, 6 years old or so. This came as an extra in a magazine, the initial magazines that Tonic used to do. So they used to have additional extra die sets, and they were exclusive to that particular magazine. And this one was part of the stained glass window die set that came in this collection, and this is the larger one. So I've kind of used the largest circle in this, and then the second circle down from that to create this aperture here. And I kind of wanted to make it look like a bit of a port window, like a porthole window. So I think it just kind of adds, like, it really pops on the card like that. So the plan is we are going to let's do this. Let's first stick the I've taped up my 2 circles because I want them to remain in place until everything is glued down. So I'm going to leave that in place for the time being, but I think what I'm going to do is attach my acetate onto one of the circles to begin with. So I am just going to go ahead, let's just move these out of the way. I'm just going to go ahead and apply glue to one of these apertures, and then I'm taking my acetate and I am going to marry this up, and I'm going to stick that down. Now you don't have to use glue, you can use red liner tape if you want to, but I'm going to actually sandwich mine between 2 pieces of card like this, so hopefully mine should be okay. And these will be the samples for the kit launch that we will have for this kit is coming out in July. So I'm working way ahead of myself. Okay. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and put some red liner tape around my second layer. I'm not a big fan of red liner tape, if I'm being honest, but I'm going to do it. And the reason why I'm not a big fan of red liner tape is because I don't like having to take the backing off. Oh dear. It just, yeah, I just don't like the feel of it. Okay, so we are nearly there. let's take this off. And then I am also going to apply dots of glue, going all the way around. And then I am going to go ahead and make sure everything lines up nicely, and we are going to sandwich that in like so. And I don't also like the bumpiness that you get with red liner tape. So now I can take my tape off now that I've secured my acetate between those two panels. Okay, so let's bring back this piece here. So all I'm going to do is, there we go. So all I'm going to do is put some of the sequins, which I need to find. We'll do that. Let's also get some tape onto this piece here. So again, I'm just going to go around. I think I'm going to do it on the inside circle, because I want the sequins to be not rolling about everywhere, but just sticking specifically inside that circle. So okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and line the foam tape all the way around. And let's just snip that off. You've got to make sure you don't leave any gaps inside your circle. Okay, perfect. Now what I need to do, let me just move these bits out of the way. Let's bring this back in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up, let's just clean. So I'm going to put some, just need to measure up just to make sure everything's going to fit nicely, because when I flip it, it's going to have to be perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is bring in some of the sequins. And I'm just gonna put some in the middle like that. And then all I'm going to do, sorry about that. All I am going to do is take off the tape from around my aperture. This is what I mean about backing. Here we go. I really don't like taking the backing off foam tape and everything else. Okay, so again what I'm going to do is apply dots of glue to my foam tape. And then I am going to try and position I mean, even if it overlaps a little bit, it's not too much of an issue because I can always trim it if I need to. So, and as you can see, it will definitely need trimming. I'm just going to press that down. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim around this piece here. So if you always go bigger, and if you don't line it up very well, I wouldn't worry too much about it, because this is what you can do. And it hides all your workings and everything else. There we go, perfect. Okay, so now we've got that. That looks gorgeous. That does look really pretty. Okay, so this is going to go right here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick this down onto my card, and then we can layer up all our embellishments and put our fish on top. Okay, so that is going to go in the middle like that. Just make sure that is straight, which it is, and then I'm going to press that down, and I can press it from this side as well, just to make life easier. There we go. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay. So now I am going to literally go ahead and layer up lots of bits and pieces. Now, a porthole window, obviously you do have some of your screws and nuts and bolts and things like that. So what I've done is I've cut out these small circles in the mirror card, and I've backed 4 on each one, and all I'm going to do is add those. So if I stick one there, let's stick one there, and then let's stick another one to here, and I do another one just there. These ones we need to just layer a few of these on top of each other. bit more glue. And then add on the mirror card. Apply some glue. And stick that onto there, like so. There. Okay, so now I'm just gonna layer up lots of shells, some fish, and I'm probably, let's start here. So start with some of these wreaths. Just going to put dots of glue onto the back of there and then stick that down. I'm going to take some, let's go with the largest pieces first. So I'm going to take one of these shells here and stick that on there. And then I am going to take some more shells. And I'm just basically going to layer these pieces up. Let's take a star. Stick that on there. I'm just putting random pieces in, and then I'm going to fit everything else in between. I think that's the plan. Let's take one of these. Oh, that was close. Stick that on there. Let's take a few more bits and pieces and stick those down. So let's stick that one there. I'll take this shell piece, stick that on there. And I'm not doing it in any particular order. I'm just going with what looks nice to me. So let's do that one there. I think I'm going to stick one here, just to cover up that bit there. Take another shell here, and I'm just going to tuck that in underneath there, like so. A few more shells. Let's do it that way. There. Let's take this one here. that on there. Doesn't matter if it's poking out a little bit. I think it just adds to the beauty of shaker cards and any type of card really. Let's take that one. Add that onto there. A few more bits. And then this will be another completed card. So I think I'm going to have this shell. Actually, no, that's the same colour. We don't want the same colour. If I move that star there, then I can just shimmy that one in there. And then let's take this last one. I can stick it on there. And then we've got this tiny little crab. Let's take Mr. Crab or Miss Crab. And I think I'm going to stick that. Let's put that here, like so. We've got another tiny little crab. Let's take this one. And we can put this one. Should put him just there, like so. And then we've got some fish and a couple of seahorses to put down. So I think I want my seahorse one there. I'll have to be patient for that to dry as well. Oh. And then let's get another one. I don't want to smudge it either. So I'm going to put that one onto there. And then let's get some fish. And we are going to stick one there. My washing machine's on and it sounds like it's about to take off. Right, let's stick that one there. Let's take this colourful one. Two more to go. Which way is this one? Let's do this one facing that way. One down there. And the last one, usually fish go in the same direction, don't they? Not mine. I think that one we should have going that way. Or maybe not actually, because the eyeball's there. Okay, never mind. We'll do that again. Stick that onto there like that. And then with the sentiment, I think we need to put this on a foam pad. So I'm just going to get some darker foam pad. And let's get some glue onto the back of here. I've just taken some of these sentiments are, well, both the sentiments from both cards. They're actually from the paper pack. So put it on the right side. Yeah. Okay. Then I'm just going to apply some glue onto here. Take the backing off the foam tape. Add some glue And I think I'm going to stick my sentiment down here. Like so. And there is my finished card. Actually, I think we need to double up on the sentiment front. So, bear with. Need a double layer is what I mean. Right, so now let's just add some glue onto the back of that, and let's go again. That's better, got a bit more height to it now. So perfect, and that finishes off my shaker card. And my sentiment says, seize the day. Straighten that out a little bit. There we go, that's better. So there's my shaker card, and as you can see, it shakes beautifully. Everything is stuck down, and it's such a gorgeous, gorgeous card. So let me just bring in my other cards, and then you can have a look and see the different types of cards that you can make with these with this craft kit. So those are my two cards, and again I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell to receive notifications of any future videos that I make. Please do use my affiliate links if you would like to subscribe to this channel, or if you want to buy it as a one-off, you can do. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra. It just provides me a small commission for sharing my inspiration and showcasing some of the die sets that Tonic have. So thank you again so much. I'm nearly there with my 1,000 subscribers, but please do like and subscribe to my channel, and as always I am forever thankful. So thank you again so much, and hopefully I will catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.